Hello everyone. So today we are going to set up a key event to open the skill tree, and then we are going to look into how to make this skill tree. I can click and drag it around the screen. So we are going to look into how to do this as well. So the reason that I want to implement this click and drag in around is because even though we have a very small skill tree here, we might have a big one, and also perhaps we can have a skill tree that expands in multiple directions. So in that case you will have to move around and activate different skills and find the skills you need. So to handle such scenarios, I wanted to experiment and figure out how to click and drag the skill tree around. So yeah, that's why. So let's see how to do these things today. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can watch all the episodes of this series in this Unreal Engine Action RPG with Gameplay Ability System series. So here I have explained all the things that you see here in detail, so you can follow these tutorials and implement everything from scratch by yourself. And also you can download the full project file of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel once you become a member. So if you like to support my work, feel free to subscribe to the membership. So yeah, now let's get back to today's tutorial. Okay, so this is what we have right now. So by default, when I start playing the game, I get this skill tree widget, but this is not the way I want it to be. So quickly set up some key input. So here's how I'm gonna do it. I already have a main in-game main UI, WDG main UI. This is the main UI, and here we have all the inventory and, well, basically everything related to the in-game UIs that we need to get. So the skill tree, WDG skill tree also has a part of this. So it comes like this. Later on we do need to set up a tab system so that on the top we will have tabs just like you see here, inventory and skills, but right now I don't have it, but we will have that eventually. So add this here, and then let's go to our art widget, and here under initialize widget we can get, oh, we need to get a setter. So get, okay, basically we need to return this. Right here can get skill tree. Oh, I should have turned this into a view function so that it would be same as other functions like this. This store variable WDG skill tree. Okay, and here we implement this VPI. I'll add a function just like this. Switch to your scales map, and we don't really need any input parameter here. And now in the BP HUD, let's implement it. Yeah, switch to skills menu. Here we have the skill tree, and let's do a validated get just to make sure this is valid, and then we can get the menu UI, switch to switch widget. Yeah, this one. We can pass this. Now the skills menu will appear. Okay, now where should we call this? I think it would be better if I call this from the player controller. So let's go to the player controller. And we don't have an input for us to use for this. So, but just for testing, I'll use keyboard K because I can't use S. S is used for movement. I will replace this with the input action. Now here, let's do a flip flop. So the first time when I press this, skill menu will open, and second time it will close. That's the way I want to make it work. So get HUD, switch to skill menu. This, then get HUD, switch to in-game menu, game HUD. Okay, now let's see if it works. Oh, for testing, I added this here. I added this. This was for testing. So let me disable this. Right here, press K. Now we get the skill menu, but we still have the inputs on the character as well, which I don't want. So maybe we should disable that. So we can do it like this. Okay. Oh, there. Same thing. Control is there. So here set input mode. I will choose game and UI because I should be still able to press K and exit from this. So that's why. So here set input mode game only. So make sure discuss the okay. Now see we have the mouse. Okay, now the next step is how to make this this part drag around. For that, one thing we need to fix before that is here. If I click, you see mouse disappears. I can drag, and if I release, mouse appears. Even though I drag, it's in the same place. So maybe we should disable this. That should take care of it. Okay, see? Now I'm clicking, dragging, releasing. It's working. Okay, now let's go to the scale widget. Is it? Yeah, this one. So now this VB skill tree, this is the main widget that we add these buttons, and I need to have this canvas panel fully in the viewport, otherwise the line drawing between these buttons not working properly. So what I'm gonna do is here I'm gonna anchor this to the middle and alignment set to 0.5, position it 0 0. Now it's same as before, it's just it will make for us to make this move around. So here, just for testing, let me make this 300 below, or like this. Let me just quickly check if it is still working. Yeah, it is working. Lines are also there. All right, now what I need is a way to determine click and drag. So for that, here we have this on mouse enter, on mouse down, on mouse button down, on mouse button up. So let's override this just to be safe. I'll still call the parent. Oh, also we need to return something here, so return that too. But here I'll add a print. Stop. And here this should only happen for left mouse. So it's I think this works for both left and right, but maybe let's check later. So mouse down, okay, and also let's override this button up as well. Okay, right. Up. Oh, now let's see if we can get those events. Mouse down, correct, up, no, down, correct, up, no. If I like click consecutively, I do get up event. So this happens, as I know, because I'm using this set input mode game only. If I make this set input, no, this happens because I'm using this game and UI. If I make this set input mode UI only, that should work as expected. Mouse down, mouse up. Okay, now it does. But the problem with this is now if I press K again, I can't exit from this screen because we don't have game input now. So I don't need that too. I do want to keep using this. So there is another event here. Mouse enter. This also do get called, I know. What is mouse? I just call this enter. So here, mouse down, and if I release enter, mouse down, release enter. See? So that does get called when I release mouse button. Okay, so let's use that instead. So here, hello variable down, down to here. the default reports. Okay, and here if mouse down, then I'll set mouse down to false, call it up. Okay, mouse down, mouse up, mouse down, mouse up. Now I can consistently get the events. Great. So now I need to drag the skill tree widget. So the entire thing. So for that, yeah, go back, spread it down. Yeah, and get mouse position on the. So here we don't really have to worry about scaling of viewport or anything because we only need the delta or difference to determine how much we need to move. So let's promote this to a variable. Mouse position. Right. Now here we have the tape. This branch if mouse down, we can get mouse position. We can subtract the cached mouse position. Then we can use this to move this VB skill tree, which is this vertical box that contains these buttons. So VB skill tree dot canvas load. Here we can get position. Then we can call position. We can add this to the difference in the current position. So that should move. And after that, we can set cached position, mouse position with this value. This should happen only if the mouse is down. Click and drag anywhere we need this skill tree. So the reason that I wanted to implement this is because we might have a bigger skill tree. So we might have to go down and activate skills here, or we may have other skill trees like this, or if the skill tree is like expanding in multiple directions, then we need to be able to move around and look into these things. And also later on I'm thinking of implementing a zoom in zoom out feature as well, but not today. So yeah, that's actually all I want to cover in this episode. Now in upcoming episodes, yeah, we still need to implement a tabbed menu system. That means, as I explained here, we need to have this skills menu, inventory, and maybe a post menu, and we should be able to access them by clicking over here, selecting different tabs. So we will look into that. Also we will look into how to actually implement skills as well. So let's take one step at a time. So yeah, thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available here for download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And of course, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.